How did Hitler become dictator? The stages by which Hitler became dictator can be remembered as remender. This is a mnemonic. R for Reichstag fire, E for emergency decree, M for March elections, E for the Enabling Act, N for the Night of the Long Knives, D for the Death of Hindenburg, and A for the Army Oath of Allegiance. The Reichstag fire. As we should be aware, the Reichstag is the German parliament. On the 27th of February 1933, the Reichstag was set on fire. A Dutch communist known as Martin van der Lubbe was arrested and charged with starting the fire. Hitler and the Nazis used the fire to exaggerate the threat from the communists and argued that he needed more power to make Germany safe. Most historians accept that the Nazis started the fire and that van der Lubbe was innocent. The emergency decree. Hitler used the Reichstag fire to argue that he needed more power. The day after the fire, the emergency decree was passed. This gave the Nazis a lot of new powers, like the ability to search a house without a warrant, ban newspapers and political meetings, and arrest communists. Thousands of the Nazi enemies were arrested and put in prison. The March elections. In March 1933, Hitler called new elections to try and increase his majority in the Reichstag. However, this was less successful, and the Nazi vote actually didn't reach a majority. The Nazis now had 288 seats in the Reichstag, but were short of the two-thirds majority needed to change the constitution. The Enabling Act. New laws were needed and had to be passed by Parliament. Hitler could not pass all the laws he wanted because the opponents of the Nazis, like the communists, would vote against them. So the Enabling Act was passed by the Nazis. This gave Hitler the power to pass laws without consulting the Reichstag, and also resulted in the Reichstag voting itself out of existence. The Night of the Long Knives. Hitler still had enemies within the Nazi party. In the so-called Night of the Long Knives of June 1934, Hitler got rid of his enemies. Leaders of the SA, like Ernst Röhm, whom Hitler had fallen out with, was executed, and as were others enemies of the state who had agreed with Hitler. This made Hitler secure within the Nazi party. The German army also did not like the SA, as Röhm wanted to merge the SA with the army and take it over. If Hitler was to get the support of the German army, he needed to destroy the power of the SA. The Death of Hindenburg. In 1934, President Hindenburg, the guardian of the Constitution, died. Hitler took over the role of president. As the president was in overall charge of the Constitution, or the rules as to how Germany was governed, this made Hitler even more powerful. The Army Oath of Allegiance. In August 1934, Hitler secured the loyalty of the German army. In the Night of the Long Knives, Hitler had gotten rid of Röhm and the SA leadership, and this made the army happy. The army were now happy to support Hitler, and soldiers now swore an oath of loyalty to him. Hitler now had the army on his side, and no dictator can be a true dictator without the army on his or her side. The remaining part of the information on the sheet is the task that will go with this reading sheet.